Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Jacqueline. In this video, I will be continuing to share with you my journey of transforming my dining room into my very own secret garden, where I will be hosting my first ever English tea party. One of the key elements that I wanted to create was a surrounding structure or gazebo around the table that would create that feeling of being in an enclosed, secluded secret garden. Come and check out how I created my woodland gazebo out of found objects and a few inexpensive floral materials. Hi everybody. Well, as I mentioned before, I'm in the process of setting the table. I showed you kind of some of the preliminary plans that I had for it, but I wanted to expand it. Remember, I showed you that I had this 4x8 that I put on top of my glass top so that I can actually sit more and more comfortably. I can actually fit up to 12 people sometimes in this table. So anyway, but you know me, table, pretty, sure. That's not enough. I need to take it up a few levels. So this is the idea. I actually want to build almost like a gazebo because again, the concept is secret garden, right? So I want to feel when the guests come in through the door, they feel like they are getting transported into a special kind of secret place, which is the secret garden. So I want to create kind of a gazebo. So this is the idea so far. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, well, I had made this kind of stands out of copper pipes and basically wood rounds many years ago because I used to do these Moroccan parties right here, and I used to basically use this thing, and I would kind of put all kinds of drapery and all kinds of stuff on it. So it's just been sitting on my garage for a while, so I figured, why not use them again? This copper pipe, I bought it a long time ago. Now it's a lot more expensive when I bought it, but it's basically just copper pipe and fittings, as you can see. Which, it's really like building Tinker Toys. If you ever play with Tinker Toys, they kind of, you know what it's like. They literally just, I don't insert anything into place. They basically just sit in it. It's just like a basic fitting. And later, we'll make it pretty and cover it up with other things so you don't see the kind of the ugly thing. So basically, I have 4 of them, and I have one that will go across the top there. These are 8 feet high. And then I also have some that will go through the side, and I'll show you that in a bit. But basically the idea is that I'm hoping that I can find some lattice panels that I could put on the corners to kind of give that feeling that you're kind of entering a gazebo. So kind of that's where we're at right now. So what I have is, I do have to kind of join the 4th one that goes in the other corner. You can see there's one missing there, because I didn't have the right size pieces. So I got a coupler, which is this little thing here, and with that you can join. I have extra copper pipes, as you can see here, and with that, you can kind of cut them up. It's pretty easy to cut. I'll show you how to do that. So kind of that's the next step, figuring out all my pipes and putting the full kind of setup together. Okay, this one is one of the pipes that goes vertical. I just laid it down so I could actually measure. And what I'm gonna do is, out of my scraps, I'm gonna put, add to one of the pieces that I already have so I can make it as long as that one. Okay, so this is the pipe that I need to add that much length to it. So first, gotta measure. Okay, so let's put the copper on. And yeah, that's how dirty my copper pipes are. It's supposed to be like that. Anyway, and this is the one that I'm adding with. Again, it's as simple as just putting them in, really. Okay, and now I can measure where I can cut that one. And make sure they're all the same. Okay, so this is what you do. So I marked my, what I had to cut, which is right there. And this is a little pipe cutter that is, meant for a 1/2-inch pipe, which is what this is. And you align it right to that, and you tighten it, right? And then you're gonna keep turning it. Basically what you're doing is scoring it, and then you tighten it some more, and you score it again, and you keep going until, by magic, the whole thing comes out. Here he goes. Wasn't that magic? Anyway, so now we got this one ready to go, and I gotta cut the other ones on the side because I'm gonna add a little bit more length to them. So I decided what best way to recreate nature inside my dining room than to bring actual nature into my space. I had done some foraging at a trail near my house for Christmas a few years ago, so I knew I would have no problem finding some fallen branches that I could use to decorate my copper pipe structure. They were super easy to find, and I was able to easily cut them so they would fit into my little cart. At first I thought I got too many, but I got lucky and I was able to fit them all into my car and from there to my dining room.
Reloaded. Oh my God.
Well, hello everyone. Today we're going to continue with my setup for my tea party. So we're going to continue working on what I'm calling gazebo, for lack of a better word, but it's really not a gazebo. Let me show you some of the things I've been doing so far, and there's a little bit more to come. But so far I built the structure, and there's a previous video that shows you how I built that out of copper pipes and simple wood rounds. And now I've kind of embellished them with a few little branches. So let me give you a little close-up of that. Okay, well, let me show you what I've done so far. All these branches that you see here, basically they are individual branches, but I basically have zip tied them together along this copper tube that I have, the copper structure that I had built earlier. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. They look like trees, but they're really just a bunch of branches that I gathered for free at my local kind of nature trail, so I'm really happy with it. So now comes the more fun part, which is how to make it pretty. So I bought a bunch more moss. I had some, but I got a lot more moss because basically, of course, we want to camouflage whenever possible where all the zip ties are and camouflage whatever the copper pipe is showing. And I also want to add some florals and things like that. So come on in and let me show you how it goes. Okay, and then for the most part, I'm going to try not to use the glue gun. I do have one ready in case I have something that absolutely needs it, but for the most part, I'm trying not to. Okay, so the first step is going to be to put the moss. So basically camouflage all the places where I need to camouflage. Okay, and I'm going to start with this one right here. Then make a royal mess in the floor, but don't be worried. And I have different kinds of mosses, but this is the one that has the most of. So I'm going to start with this one and then maybe put some of my other mosses that I have. And then we'll do the flowers. It's very important to stretch it out. This is where it gets really messy. And again, most of the time, no need for any kind of a glue or anything like that. These branches have a lot of texture, so things really hold on to it. And also it's kind of nice to let it drip down. It looks very natural when you do that. And also once we put the flowers on, the flowers are also going to help secure things a little bit more. Okay, so let me give you a sneak peek of how the moss turned out. So I put moss in all the four corners. Again, camouflaging. Oops, I forgot that one. I need to go back and add a little bit more there. But wherever there was a zip tie, I put some moss. And again, no glue, no wire. It's just really hanging in there, just clinging onto the branches and so forth. So I think we're gonna be ready for our next step, which is putting some of the florals, but I'm gonna start with the green florals, kind of more like the backdrop of where the flowers and the rest of the stuff's gonna go. So there you go, a little idea of kind of how it's turning out. Some of the copper shows through, but fortunately because of the color, I don't mind it. Good thing it's not polished or anything because it blends really well with the trunk So let's go on to the next step. Okay, for the next step, it's gonna be these long vines that I got at Amazon. They come on bundled together, and there were like 3 bundles, I believe. They're gonna go a long way. So now I gotta strategically figure out how to place these in the best place. Okay, the first place I'm gonna put them, I think, is from the chandelier to the corners. I've always thought that it'd be fun to kind of connect the two as if the vine kept growing. And of course, a lot of the exposed copper pipe, hopefully we'll have some of that. So yeah, I think that will look okay. Let me finish all 4 corners. Okay, so here are the vines that I put in. I connected them at certain points to the chandelier, and I put a few vines down. And it's looking good. I put a lot in the back because I really wanted like a backdrop. My view out the windows, you can see, it's not the best in the world. So I wanted something to be sort of distracting and kind of enveloping. So this is what we have so far. I gotta put some flowers here and there. Don't have to go crazy. And then we'll be done with this one. Okay, I added a few other assorted kind of greenery that I have. A little bit of everything. This is my own crazy forest, so all kinds of things grow at the same time. And then I added those 4 kind of, I don't even know what those are. Whatever those are. They come in a bundle like that. I put 1 at each corner, and now I'm gonna put a few roses and things like that. But again, I'm not gonna go crazy because it's getting crazy enough, but I want to do a little bit more flowers and also help me continue to kind of camouflage, you know, the copper wire and all that. You may recall that I was planning to do some lattice panels on the corners, and then I even considered doing this white camo netting on the corners. But in the end, I decided it would cheapen the effect that I was trying to create, so I decided not to use it. Knowing when to stop is so important in design. There is no good design without good editing. Okay, well, here is the finished gazebo. As you can see, I didn't bother covering all the copper pipe. It kind of doesn't bother me. And I went ahead and added a few florals, but I didn't go super crazy with it. I will be putting something on the base, some more of that artificial grass that I have. But basically, this is what's gonna look like. I attach vines to connect from the canopy to the chandelier to kind of unify it all together. I'll have a little secondary table here with more food and other things that won't fit on the table. And there you have it. There it is in all its glory. Thanks so much for continuing to support my channel and coming with me in this journey of exploration and learning. I hope you got some inspiration and that you will accept the challenge to dare to try something new. Don't forget to subscribe and join me in future videos where I will be showing you how I create a secret garden gate to my party. See you soon.